Okay, so once again, the video didn't exactly turn out the way I wanted it to, but instead of redoing that 7 minutes of my life, I'm just going to put this one up in 2 separate videos for you. Anyways, we were talking about abduction and adduction of the thumb, and also I was about to show you the fingers. Abduction with a B, adduction, add. The wrist, just the thumb. So the thumb also has another action. Remember, this is your saddle joint. The saddle joint that sits like at the base of the thumb, almost like into the hand, it allows for this action, which is called opposition. And we're going to learn more about this next segment, so you don't need to worry about having that memorized yet. But this is the only place where this action occurs, and it's called opposition. And it's because the thumb has a saddle joint, it allows for that extra movement in there. So talking about ab and add, you know how the hips can do it. Of course, the knee can't, but even your feet, and I know like on this video it's hard to see my feet. So anyways, yeah, you can do ab and adduction here too, but there's also like another action with the foot called inversion and eversion. And I can't remember if I put this in the segment or not, but anyways, I always get these two kind of backwards a lot too. So one way I remembered it was to remember if I'm turning the sole of the foot inward towards the midline, that's inversion. And outward towards the lateral side, that's eversion. So I decided the action was named after which way the sole is facing. If it's facing in towards the midline, it's inversion. Out is eversion. Because I kind of got it backwards when I'm thinking about the ankle, how it's rolling, but think about the sole of the foot, which way it's rolling, and that will tell you if it's inversion or eversion. Another action that I believe I did put in the segment that I forgot to show you was supination and pronation. So anyways, supination is when you're holding a bowl of soup, right? Pronation, think about pouring it out. And it's actually called pronation, just because I'm always thinking pouring. I call it pornation, but it's actually pronation. So pronation, supination. Pronation, supination. And you use that action mainly when you're opening doors, turning a doorknob. That's when that action occurs. So I do think the foot and ankle are capable of that action too, but we mainly associate it with the wrist. And that action is actually coming from these two bones in your forearm here. So it's going to be, it's a different type of joint. So it's not really the elbow joint doing it. It's more or less these bones turning on each other. So this bone on the thumb side of your body is called the radius. And it's called that because it radiates around the ulna, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it's the one doing the twisting around the other bone. So it's just this interosseous membrane in between those bones. It's kind of allowing for that action. And you know, it does kind of pull a little bit on this joint, but it's not the actual elbow joint performing this action. So that's why this is still a hinge joint. These joints and the radius down here and everything, they're a little bit different of joints. So they can turn and twist a little bit more. So other than that, I think that's it. We went over flexion and extension, rotation, supination, pronation, abduction, adduction. I even showed you circumduction and opposition, which I don't believe are actually on the flashcards or in the material for this segment. We're going to get more in depth on those later on. And then even inversion and eversion were in there. So just start focusing or practicing those actions, or not even so much practicing them, but when you're, because every day we're performing actions. You do these actions every day. You just don't think about what they're called. So now just start thinking about what they're called as you're doing them. Like, oh, look at that. That was just, every time you turn a doorknob, oh, look at that. I just did pronation. You know, it's just, you got to start thinking about it, adding it into your life, and it's almost sometimes mentally exhausting. So just then, like, okay, for this hour, I'm going to think about all the actions that I do as I do them. And then don't worry about it for the rest of the day, because it is exhausting if you're going to do that all day long every day. But you got to start thinking about it and being aware of it, or the anatomy will not stick with you, okay? So anyways, that's the end of our action video, and I will see you on the next video.